Hey there, welcome to Synth Seeker. My name is Luke. All right, what are we doing tonight? I am practicing again. It's Friday night, or Thursday night. Yeah, it's Thursday night. Tomorrow's Friday. And I've been trying to do a pure Berlin school sort of practice session, but for the love of God, the prog keeps sneaking in. So I'm going to try and just embrace that. And I'm going to just do a little jam here. And I'll disassemble it as I'm going, or I'll explain the build-up as I go, I guess I should say. But we're going to start with a very Berlin school sort of feel, a single arpeggiated synth. It's going to run through. You know what? I don't need to talk about it. Let's just frickin' do it. And we'll have a little backbeat going in the background. So let's see. We're going, this is 83 BPM. We are in F Phrygian, okay? What does Phrygian sound like? Phrygian sounds like this. All right, that is Phrygian. It is a minor mode. All right, you can go look that up. But I'm going to talk as I go here. We're going to start this running. All right. You may be able to hear the metronome in my microphone. We shall see. All right, and we're going to start with an arp. And we'll play the root. Now this arp's running 16th notes. I'm just doing octaves. So when you're playing around with an arp, you play around with the number of notes you're holding down. Here's 3. If I add a 4th, if I add a 5th, right, now it definitely sounds like it's running contrary to the beat. And with an arpeggiator, you can always start over or just, you know, latch a new set of notes. So what is that? Well, here, you should experiment. If we play the root, and then we start playing intervals, so the root and something else in the key. So the root and the 3rd, right? Or the root and the 4th. To the 5th. 6th. You can start getting used to hearing these. Let's add a root, a bass, and the 5th. You just alternate. I'm playing an octave root and then one other note from the mode, from the scale. This is the 7th. One thing I like to do is do the 3rd, which would be this. Right, this is root, root, and 3rd. But I like to play the 3rd an octave up. Right? That's an 11th. I may be wrong. Music theory people correct me. Right? 11th is a 3rd on octave up, I'm pretty sure. Right? So I'm going to set up just a pattern that's going to run in the background. I'm going to go root, 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 and the 3rd or the 11th, depending on what octave you've got it in. And I'm just going to let that run. I'm going to put another layer on it. We're going to put one of these on here. Short 1-bar pattern. Now, we could play with this. I've got the global transmission set up, so let's start moving it around. So there's the first. I'm going to go through the scale degrees again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to 1. All right? And so once you get your patterns running, you can start transposing it around and doing these chord progressions. So let's go. All right, let's add another layer here. Let's add a lead. All right, that's subsequent 37. Now, when we transpose here, our melody will go. And back to the root. That's the dangers of working with software. Sometimes I actually had a MIDI panic happen. I had a sustained note get hung in a soft synth, not hardware. Sometimes it happens in hardware, but I ended up having to just hit the panic button and kill everything. If that happens live, ugh, it sucks. But you know what? I've had it happen. You just go, stop, clean it up, start over, give the audience a thumbs up. It's fine. You know. I suppose if you're doing $1 million venue, it might matter, but you know, I'm doing art galleries in my area. It's super fun, but they don't care. They're half drunk anyway. All right, let's pick up. Where were we? 2, 3, 4. Let's see, we'll put a 4-bar melody in here. And then we'll put our bass in here. Now when we transpose this, it's going to do amazing things. Take that lead out. Actually, let's put something new in the lead. Something with a little space. Alright, now let's transpose that some more. that is how you do it. So you can set up an arpeggiation, play with the intervals within the mode you're working in, right? Sort of get a feel for where the dissonances are and where the harmonies are, consonances, if you want the opposite word, dissonance. And you can build on those. If you remember where those intervals are, right? If you remember the number, if you can familiarize yourself with the feel of the intervals, then when you're doing global transposition, you'll know whether you're going to something that's going to sound sweet or something that's going to sound dark as you move through. And just play with it. All you really need to do, you don't have to do an elaborate multi-layer thing like this. Just set up an arpeggiator, get it running on roots in maybe a fifth or roots in maybe a third or a fourth, right? Just 4 notes. And then start transposing it around and listening within the key or mode you're working in for what sounds sweet and what sounds harsh. And then you will learn it as you go. It just takes practice. So, and that's it here. We'll start back with the simple pattern of just the arpeggiator to close us out here. So we will go like this. Boink. Okay, so this is just 3 octave notes and a third in there, all right? And then you just start transposing it. That's how you do it. Experiment with that. All right. I hope you enjoyed this. This was a good time. As I was like prepping this and playing around, I was so rocking out. So, hey, thanks for spending time with me. You have been watching Synth Seeker. Have a great weekend.